What's up, guys? Your friendly neighborhood geek here doing another re-review on one of probably my favorite Transformers in my collection, more so for the fact that this figure was one of the maybe like first, I would say, like proper figures made of the character. And it's a third party character. And so far, this figure has been the only figure of this character that has really appealed to me, that has come out. And this figure is going on almost 10 years old, almost 10, maybe like 12 years old now. So without further ado, let's see who it is. We are reviewing Transformers Eye Gear. What does it say? Limited collect Arcee. Arcee's not in the box. Um, yeah, this is a third party figure of Arcee that was made, like I said, around 2010. Um, like I said, almost 10, 12, 13 years ago. It was at the time, it was kind of a big deal in the Transformer collector world because this was like one of the first like G1 accurate RCs, but like I said, it's a third party figure. You can see the packaging has her steps on the back. She's not really hard to transform. It's just, remembering what goes where, basically. And I like that they try to make the box, like the old G1 toys to give off that G1 aesthetic, which was really, really nice. I would show Blitzwing's box, but yeah. Well, actually, I guess I could show Blitzwing's box. Um, Here is her box next to his. Of course, his is bigger. Um, yeah. I didn't think to do so. Oh man. I'm probably gonna cut so I can show her with Starscream and Blitzwing. Since I have two G1 toys, I can show her compared to. But yeah. So like I said, I like the packaging. You see her some artwork of her on the side. Um, some more artwork of her on the back. So I think back in the day, your only way of getting this figure was like through TF Source, I think, or maybe like some, uh, not Transformer, but some toy stores that would sell, import figures and stuff of that nature. Some stuff on the back, um, which this is really nice. Now, this is a very funny story. So this artwork is fan art made from a fan on DeviantArt, and the company who made the figure iGear basically stole the artwork from the artist and used it for this packaging, which is pretty messed up. And the person who made the artwork came out and said like, yeah, that's my artwork. They stole it from my from my DeviantArt account. It's also kind of false advertising because this gives off the idea that we were going to get Nova Star, Chromia, Moonracer, and Alita, which would have been amazing. Unfortunately, we didn't. Now there were prototypes made of Nova Star, or back in G1, I think she was called Firestar, which I do have her, but she's a combiner piece. Um, yeah, which is a huge shame. So there is a pro. If you go on Google Images, you can find this prototype, a prototype of Nova Star, which they kind of just use the same molding for the RC, but of course, made it look like Nova Star, which is really disappointing because I really would have loved to have had that figure. Such a shame it didn't come out. And here is her at the bottom. So, like I said, the box is dope. I will show. Still haven't gotten to the figure yet because she comes with a lot of stuff. The instructions are cool. Like I said, they're not too challenging, but where the arms go can be kind of confusing. So yeah, but nice instructions. She came with a. I like it came with this little baggie. She came with a little trading card with a very dated, I wouldn't say it's ugly, but a very dated render, 3D render of RC. And here's the back. So again, like I said, nice, cool little detail. And like I said, at the time this came out, again, it was a big deal because there weren't really any proper RC figures, like, that represented her G1 self. And she also came with this sticker sheet, which I do want to add to her, but the instructions don't tell you where what goes where, and I don't think it's just you can put them wherever you want. I think there's a specific place where these are supposed to go on the figure, but like I said, there aren't any instructions. And when I've looked at images online, I haven't been able to find anything that says, any images with the stickers on the figure. Personally, I mean, I think she looks fine without them. It makes her look more screen accurate, but hey, it's cool. Hopefully, I will figure out how to put the stickers on there at some point. And she comes with this cool stand, which is really nice because she can be a little top heavy and her feet are kind of small, so she can stand on her own. But it's like if you were to accidentally bump up against whatever she's sitting on, she would easily fall over. So this is cool. People kind of joked for years this is like where this plugs in is kind of pervertive because it's like anal beads sort of. Yeah, so kind of dusty. But outside of that, this is a cool little um display piece or display stand. And she comes with this plastic cutout, so you could store her back in the box. I had her displayed on my wall for a couple years, and I thought to myself, I really like that RC. Let me go ahead and take her out and display her with my other Transformers. So yeah, but finally we have RC. Um, Again, she's very charming. Like I said, to this day, no RC that has came out has appealed to me the way this one has, which is why I got it. I got it. I bought this figure when I lived in Ohio. I paid around $101 for it, which wasn't really bad because this figure, the most you should pay for this figure is 100. Anything over 100, then yeah, maybe not get it or maybe try to bargain or whatever. But $101 was fairly reasonable for this figure. Like it says, rarity when it came out. Like I said, it's not easy to come by. Really, your only bet is like Macari or eBay. But yeah, like I said, the Thrilling 31 didn't appeal to me. Of course, the Titans Return didn't appeal to me. The Legacy one, which is based off Prime, it's grown on me, but not to the point where I want to buy it. I just wanted a solid representation of G1 RC. And like I said, to me, this figure is that representation. Now, it's not perfect. Like I said, it's just like the paint, there's not really any paint to it, like little bit of paint, but not like I think on the level of like a Hasbro or Takara figure. I don't want to necessarily say it's like it's bare bones in regards to like detail on it, but you could just when you look at it, you can tell like it kind of. I guess you could say it kind of looks like a prototype. Like there's more that could have been added to it to make it pop more. I guess. Um, since this is a 10 like a 10 plus year old third party figure, I'm not really going to hold that against it. Like I said, I like how she has these little chairs, molded in, which are nicely detailed. I love that she has two twin blasters, which I believe she had in the show. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen G1. Again, like I always say, which seems to be fairly common with Transformer characters, I love when they have twin weapons. I am a sucker for characters who wield twin weapons. So I really like that. And the windshield is nice. There's also, it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. She has a steering wheel, which is really cool. And like a dashboard and some other little details molded next to the steering wheel. So again, that's really cool. If you had a minifigure, I'm sure I could probably find one. You could stick in there and display her with a minifigure, which again would be really cool, would really add to the playability, posability of the figure. I have my miniature Barbie doll, but Barbie is too big to sit in RC. So the most you can do is like just sit on the dashboard. Sit on the front on the roof of the car and sunbathe or something. So yeah, but like I said, she's cool. And here's the bottom of her, which is like I said, kind of ugly. The wheels don't really roll because I think of where the feet are positioned. But these wheels roll, like I said, you're not really this isn't really a toy you would play with. This definitely isn't a toy you would give to a child. You can see the front. This is a display piece, especially if you pay $100 for it. This is a display piece. I have seen people post at the time. I had, looking at old images. I had seen people display her with G1 figures, which was really cool. Um, so yeah, that's really neat. I will probably show when I edit this. I will show you the prototype. There was a prototype made for G1 Arcee way back in 1986. I probably will show an image of that when I edit this video. But unfortunately, it did not come out, which is a huge shame because I really liked how the prototype looked. But at the time, of course, it was a toy line geared towards boys. They probably didn't want to, release a female character who most likely wouldn't sell. So at the time, it made sense, but since then, I kind of wish they would just, release a G1 RC toy. So to me, this is like the closest we got to a G1. Like I've been saying the whole video, the closest we got to G1 RC. There have been some other third-party figures that kind of try to capture that G1 toy, but not to the extent of this figure. So yeah, let's get her transformed. Well, actually, I'll show a size comparison real quick. So here she is with Transformers Cup, one of her companions or teammates. So that's pretty cool. The Buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series Cup. Like I said, really like this figure. Really, probably another one of my favorites in the collection. So really cool, and they look good together. I don't have Springer transformed. Like I said, I'll probably re-review him as well. So you'll see them compared in robot mode. But yeah. So let's see. You see the guns are nicely detailed. It's basic molding. To my knowledge, I believe this figure was handmade. So that's pretty cool considering they had to have made at least over 100 copies, to sell. I also forgot. There was a blue and a green version, which was supposed to represent, like, I guess, some drone type female characters from Transformer continuity. I really want the green one. I've gotten a few times where I could have gotten it, but unfortunately, I really didn't have the money to get it at the time, so I missed out on it. But hopefully, I could get the green one at some point because I really like the colors on her. She's green and white. Um, but yeah, where was I? So my favorite versions of RC, probably Prime and G1. I like Prime's version. I think I've stated I'm not big on characters being not big on characters being um motorcycles. I was never big on that as a kid, so I really didn't particularly care for her being a motorcycle, but I did like her uh how she was written, and she was kind of suffering from PTSD. She lost two partners, to against Decepticons, and that kind of made her very like protective of her human partner Jack, but also like protective, but also fearful. Like, what if I screw up a third time around, and I possibly get him, K-worded or severely injured. But like I said, I like her version. She was a badass. Very different from her G1 counterpart. So let's see. Almost there. So this pulls back. Like I said, when you see all the parts again, it was for the time, it was very creative of the designers, but it just looks like it kind of looks like a mess. And nothing really pegs into place. Oh, you remove this piece, this little fin piece that was sitting on top. I said nothing really pegs in place. Everything just kind of folds together. Um, Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the farthest it'll go. I don't want to break it. Again, you want to be careful with her. Don't be rough or anything because, like I said, the quality of the figure, which is decent, but I have seen a few occasions where it's broke in certain areas. Thank goodness for me that hasn't happened, but just be mindful of that. So don't be rough with this figure. Um, yeah, here she is. So, like I was saying about the detail, like in the face, for example, you look at the face and you see Arcee. Like you look at her and yeah, it's Arcee. Um, but like I said, I'm surprised she has light piping, which is really cool. I like that detail. Like I said, like her face, I can't remember like her where her eyes and her chin and her cheeks are, like that area was like a different color from her helmet. I think it was like pink or something. It was like a pinkish color. Um, this figure is just the same color as the helmet, so it kind of makes her look kind of prototypish. I mean, yeah, I guess I could kind of add paint to her if I wanted to, but this isn't a figure I would really try to modify, like I said, for the sheer fact that it's so rare. And if I was to make a mistake or damage it in any way, it would be very hard for me to buy a new one. So yeah, but like I said, she has some good articulation, double jointed knees, um, feet can move down. She has this little piece which moves up and down, toe joint. Um, I mean, these legs move out you know, for a transformation, but they do look kind of goofy if you do that. Um, like I said, really nice articulation. Oop, with the arms. Arms are double jointed. I mean, elbows are double jointed. Hands are on a ball joint, so you can go 360. Arms, ball joint, 360. Head can go 360 on a ball joint. And yeah, like I said, she has great articulation. Um, yeah, great articulation. It's a very fun toy. Like I said, she's not perfect, but she's perfect to me. Um, real quick, with let me show her with um Nightbird. I guess Nightbird technically was the first female robot we saw in G1, but she wasn't the first female transformer. So take that as you will. But yeah, they look good together. I think RC is a little bit taller though, but yeah, they look good together. I can't remember. iGear may have made a Nightbird. I think they may have. I know it was some third party company that made a really cool looking G1 Nightbird who didn't transform, but she had all these cool weapons and accessories that I think she utilized in the episode she appeared in. And not last, we have her and Springer, who, like I said, they look good together. Interesting trivia. So for years, I think people kind of like wanted rather her to be with Springer or her to be with Hot Rod, romantically, and um, Susan Blue, her voice actress, who's voiced her a couple times since G1, said like a convention, like a fan asked her who did she think RC would end up with, and she said Springer. So, take that as you will. But it doesn't matter to me. I think her and Hot Rod, or her and Springer, either or, they would make a good couple, a good pair. She would make a good pair with them either or. So yeah, but real quick, let me go ahead and show her with Springer, not Springer, with Blitzwing and Starscream instead of just cutting. So hold on for a second while I get the two of them. Oh boy. Okay. So we have, let's see her with Blitzwing. So here she is with Blitzwing. Um, again, she's taller than him. Like I said, if you go on Google, you could probably see, um, yeah, she's taller than him. You could probably see a picture of her displayed with the G1 Autobots. And here she is with my new Starscream. So here she is with Starscream. Again, she's kind of taller than him, but he has more bulk than she does. So here they are again. And here they are again. So again, cool. Um, I guess I'll show her the with the peg. And it pegs in nicely. Oh, so there she is with the peg, and the display piece has some Japanese writing on it. I don't know what it says. But yeah, so that is iGear Delicate Warrior Arcee. So final thoughts. Like I said, I love this figure. I'm glad I got it when I did. She's a very charming figure. I do think she still holds up. She's not perfect, and by now there's plenty of RCs that have came out since then, so you kind of have plenty to choose from. If another RC comes out that tops this figure to me, then yeah, I'll definitely get another G1 accurate RC. Oh, but as of now, this is the only one that really appeals to me. So yeah, but do I recommend her? Um, yeah, I do. I recommend this figure. If you can find her for a good deal and you like this, you think this figure is charming, yeah, go ahead and get her. Um, but yeah, I think that's about it. Next review, again, will probably be another re-review or, like I said, an update on one of my older figures. So yeah, stay tuned for that until I decide. Maybe it might be Springer, maybe. Um, or might be my BotCon TF figures. So yeah. But like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Peace, you guys.